Hello, fellow YouTubers and e-bikers. Welcome to iScoot Connecticut. I am your host, Robert G. We are in Connecticut. It is getting near the end of winter. It is still cold out, but we have a brand new HiKeep e-bike to enjoy. Let's unbox the HiKeep COCO folding e-bike. I recommend everyone take photos and/or video of your unboxing, just in case there is some damage or parts missing. Save your box in the unlikely situation you need to return the bike to HiKeep. This box has staples in it. I like to remove these staples first. The staples could scratch the paint while pulling the bike out. You can see from the video that the box is in good shape. There is plenty of foam, cardboard, and plastic around the bike. Here is everything that came in the box. There is no visible damage and everything looks to be here. First impressions are that the white color looks really nice. I'm going to cut away all the zip ties. Please be extra careful at this point. It is a common mistake to cut a wire or cable instead of one of the packaging zip ties. This smaller box has the pedals, tools, owner's manual, and a 2-amp charger. You typically get folding pedals with a folding bike, but HiKeep sent regular pedals. I am going to be traveling with this bike, so I will be ordering folding pedals to replace these. I just need to remove some more packaging and protective foam from the handlebars and the folding stem. The handlebar stem was already installed by HiKeep at their factory. Just slide the handlebars into the stem and clamp them down. The bar has an indent and only goes in one way. It can be a little tricky because there's only so much slack in all the control cables. In order to install the front tire, I prefer to flip the bike over. To protect the controls and display on the handlebars, I'm using a product called handlebar jacks. They are little tripods that clamp to the grips. I will leave a link in the description of the video to the product. Once the bike is flipped, it is really easy to put on the front tire. First, remove the plastic piece protecting the front forks. Toss it into the shipping box for now. Remove any additional packing material from the front tire and gently slide it onto the front forks. Make sure you carefully line up the brake rotor with the brake calipers. This bike uses a quick-release front axle. Install the axle with the small end of the spring inwards. Tighten enough so that the quick release is firmly in place. I like to add white lithium grease to the pedal threads. When installing bicycle pedals, remember that the left and right pedals are different. Do not mix them up. The right pedal has standard threads and the left pedal is reverse threaded. I am not sure why HiKeep did not supply folding pedals. I already found some inexpensive folding pedals with red accents on Amazon, and I will be installing them in a follow-up video. The front fender and headlight go on with just one nut and bolt. Typically, there are also struts that go from the fender to the front forks, but the COCO has a short fender and does not need these struts. We are finally down to the last step of the setup. The front basket is included with the COCO. That is really nice of HiKeep. Typically, e-bike companies will charge extra for a basket. The basket is held on with 3 bolts. Just be careful to not strip the threads on the frame of the bike. If you get a helper to hold the basket while trying to start the threads, I think that will make it easier. I am all done. Final steps are to fill the tires with air and charge the battery. I will also go through the bike and check everything I did before taking it for a ride. Now that the COCO is assembled, let's go over some of the features and functionality. The seat is fairly comfortable. I typically replace bicycle seats with a Blue Wind or Cloud 9 seat, but I am going to leave this one for now. The rear rack has a seat pad for a rear passenger. Unfortunately, they do not supply rear foot pegs, so I'm not sure how useful it would really be. Regardless, I'm going to remove the rear seat in a future video and replace it with a sturdy bag and panniers. The front forks have suspension built in. The suspension is not adjustable, but that is fine. We just want to soak up some of the bumps and are not going to be riding up and down mountains or in the woods. The lithium-ion battery is 48 volts and 10 amp hours. It has a key lock and its own on-off switch. The seat post has a tilt feature to allow the battery to come in and out. I wish the battery had more amp hours and possibly a USB port, but this is what I would expect at this low price point. You get a loud horn. This is a nice feature as I only expected a cheap bell if anything. The motor is 500 watts, peaks at 750 watts, and has plenty of power. The brakes are mechanical with 160mm rotors. I like to ride fast, so I may upgrade the brakes this summer, but they are fine for everyday riding. This next item is very important. The COCO is a single-speed bike. This is good and bad. Without the additional gears, you may have a hard time conserving battery power with pedaling. If you ever run out of battery power completely, it will be difficult to pedal home. On the plus side, I typically ride throttle only, and the supplied gear is just fine. It also greatly reduces the complexity of the bike and maintenance. Some people also say that the single speed makes the bike look nicer. I would consider it a personal choice if you want a bike with multiple gears or a single speed bike. The COCO has 16 by 4-inch tires. These are the shortest fat tires you can get. For comparison, I'm showing the COCO next to a bike with 20 by 4-inch tires. This makes the COCO sit much lower and have a lower step-through height than other e-bikes. If you are a shorter rider like myself or just like the lowered look, then this 16-inch setup is for you. The headlight is a standard e-bike light and horn combination. It works well, but if you ride at night, I would also wear a helmet with additional lighting. The rear taillight is wired into the battery and also works as a brake light. At this price point, you typically only get a reflector, so this is a nice upgrade. The display and controls are compact and simple. I have the same unit on another of my e-bikes, so I can attest that it works fine. I am in my garage, but it is visible in the sun. I will do a follow-up video going over the controls and operation in more detail. I'm sure that I have skipped some features, but it's time to start riding the HiKeep COCO folding e-bike. First up is the top speed test. The top speed is between 22 and 23 miles per hour. I squeaked out 25 miles per hour when the road went slightly downhill. Your top speed will vary depending on your weight and other conditions. If you want to extend your range, you will want to limit riding over 20 miles per hour. Next up is the hill climb test. I'm going to get a running start. We quickly go past the range of the gears, and any pedaling is just ghost pedaling. For a 500-watt motor, we are still keeping up a good pace. If you live in a hilly area, you should not have any problem riding the COCO. Although 48 volts and 500 watts are the minimum I would consider for climbing hills. Companies have offered me 36-volt bikes, and I have turned those down as they would not be usable in my area. I am going to speed up the video, but please enjoy the rest of the hill climb. In conclusion, the HiKeep COCO bike is an ideal choice for a shorter rider wanting a budget folding e-bike, or for anyone who enjoys smaller bikes over larger ones. Everything worked right out of the box, exactly as advertised. I would have liked a slightly larger battery, but that is my only criticism. It is very unique with its 16 by 4-inch tires. In fact, I could only find one other e-bike on the market with those tires, and that bike was at a higher price point. I have been very fortunate to have ridden a lot of different e-bikes over the last few years. The COCO is a keeper. I'm going to make this my primary e-bike over the upcoming cycling season. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I will be doing several follow-up videos, probably a range test video and a video with all the accessories I will be adding. If there is something you want to see or have me test, please leave a comment. Thank you for watching, and ride safe, everyone.